how it's supposed to feel.
Welcome everyone, and thank you again for joining another anti-malware test review. Today we'll be having a odd comparison. We will be testing Vipre Advanced Security, and it's gonna go up against Webroot SecureAnywhere. Now with Vipre on the left, let's quickly have a look at our settings. Okay, so on the antivirus section, we obviously have advanced threat protection enabled to scan all files, block malicious processes, most secure, look inside archive, edge protection. So we'll be using that with the website test, and web filtering as well, handle threats automatically. We're not going to do any catch-up scans, scan removable drives, not going to test, but we'll leave that on. Include low-risk programs. Okay, I did not make any exclusions also for the script. I want to see if it actually does interfere. Battery saver, obviously we're not using a laptop, and notifications, and that is about that. Under updates, check every 30 minutes, same for the patches. We're going to use ThreatNet updates. We're also going to submit the samples, and that's about it. Email we're now testing. So on firewall, we've got firewall protection enabled, boot time protection as well, intrusion detection. For IDS I said to block everything and to notify, so low priority up to high priority. Networks, process protection, let's say block with notify. So let's see what's under manage heaps. Okay, no exceptions. Okay, firewall behavior is just standard, we're not going to put it in learning mode. Okay, cool. So I think that's that. Privacy, that's the same, and gaming, and yeah, I think that's that. So let's quickly hop over to Webroot. So we're going to go to PC security. So as you guys can see, we do have real-time shield, boot scan, web, USB, offline, and script shield. So that's all enabled. Quarantine, no threats yet. Allowed script is our little scrippy. Gonna hop over to identity. That's pretty much that. Password manager, utilities. So these are just some utilities that Webroot does have. So if we go under advanced security, pretty much default settings. I did remove scheduled scans. Scan settings, all of them are selected. Shields, all of them selected. Web and firewall is enabled. Access control, I did set up a password to maybe help with tamper protection. Proxy heuristics is set to maximum, and I would say that's about that for advanced PC security. And yeah, I did not actually see the tamper protection under Vipre, so hence why I didn't set it up. Maybe there is, maybe it's on another section, but yeah, okay, cool. So I'm gonna disable the protection so that we can start this test. Okay, so I think we're ready to start this test. Quickly with Vipre, we are just gonna check for updates. For those who know Webroot, there's no real updates. It's just basically cloud analysis. So we're not gonna check for updates on Vipre. It seems like it is up to date. Let's just make sure. Okay, yeah, seems like we are up to date. Okay, before I open Webroot, so we have 3,783 samples on each side, so quite a high sample count. Obviously a lot of different applications, POPs, ransomware, or encryption trojans, or other variants of trojans, and things like that. Then we obviously do have fileless malware, RAR files, Office files, and things like that. So we have quite a variety today. Okay, so now that's closed, I think we can start Webroot. Okay, with Vipre, we're going to enable the protection. Okay, enable protection. Vipre is blue, so so we should be good to go. Okay, computer's protected and safe. Just gonna wait for Webroot. Okay, so Webroot is good to go. As you guys can see, all our shields are enabled. Okay, so we'll just wait a couple of seconds more to make sure all drivers are running. While we wait for that, let's just quickly show that the machines are clean before we are doing the test. And as you can see, Webroot is running in the processes. Let's have a quick look at Viper. Okay, so Viper is clean. Okay, so we're gonna now do the website test. Smart screen is disabled for Edge, obviously. Okay, minimize that. Okay. So as you can see, we do have our little Webroot plugin. Funny enough, as we still have smart screen enabled, which I did disable. Okay, seems like it re-enabled itself. We'll close that. Let's do the website thing again. Sorry guys. Okay, so as far as I know with Viper, as far as I can remember from my previous tests as well, there is no plugin. It just scans the traffic directly from HTTP and HTTPS. Okay, so there we've got only one website that's blocked so far. Another one. Okay, so let's say keep. Let's see what Webroot does. So on Webroot we definitely have a lot more blocked pages, which is a good thing, I would say. Okay, so it was blocked. Okay, blocked as well. Okay, it doesn't seem like this one was blocked. Okay, so I think that's done. Let's quickly see if anything downloaded. We can actually... Okay, so only 2 files have downloaded. With Webroot, seems like we've got 3 files, but this is a partially downloaded file, so I'm gonna exclude that one actually. So we've got 3 versus 2 files. We've got this Firefox port that downloaded. So according to the downloads, seems like Viper just took the win there. But if you do actually look at the website, it just says request cannot be found. So I would say this is a miss. 1 miss. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I would say 4 misses. I'm gonna count that as 1. Not sure why there's Google. So I'm gonna exclude that one. There's 2, 3 misses. Okay, so yeah, so some interesting results. I would say Webroot did better on the URL filtering, but when it came to downloads, it seems like Vipre just took the win there. So yeah, difficult to say. If I have to make a quick calculation, I would say it's a draw. But I would rather maybe take Webroot's results if I was a Webroot user. But yeah, I would say that's very, very close. But now for the main event, just gonna move this bad boy to the side. Okay, so we do have our notification. Webroot is giving our notifications here. I'm gonna let Webroot pile up, because normally if you clean it now, it gives you another pop-up and then another pop-up, and you tend to sit with like a gazillion Webroot pop-ups. So I'm gonna let it build up a bit. Okay. Okay, so Vipre is doing its thing. I don't see anything running yet for Webroot, which is good. Okay, there's a script running. Okay, here we've got a zip file. Let's open that up. Okay, it doesn't seem like anything's running yet. We're gonna say block. I'm gonna say block. Enable that. Say yes. Okay, there's a hash being submitted. Okay, so it looks like we might have one thread that's running on Webroot. I'm gonna close that. Say block. Okay, seems like we've got 2 threads running on Webroot so far, nothing for Vipre. Okay, we might have one that's running here. Yep, there it's killed off. We might have 4 that's running on Webroot. So we got our disk usage. Okay, so as you can see, it seems like Webroot is light on disk but more heavy on CPU. The anti-malware services, that's Vipre. So it seems like Vipre is more heavy on disk and lighter on CPU, so the opposite of Webroot. The Webroot machine, I can feel it's starting to get slow a bit. You can see. Okay, there we go. It's got some new life, and it seems like Webroot like restarted itself. This is a common thing that I've seen with Webroot. Every time I test it, it's like it's restarting itself. I don't know if you guys quickly saw that. Okay, so we do definitely have a couple of issues running. Let's see what that one is all about. Let's have a quick squiz at this one and this one. So it seems like we've got 4 problems, but this seems to be the same one. Okay, so let's quickly check this. So this is a Trojan. Ooh, Nemesis. That's really not good at all. Okay, there it seems to be. Okay, so we have a couple of vendors that are aware of this. This one is also a Trojan, a red line stealer by the looks of it. So that's credential harvesting. I'm not sure what this one is, but also quite a lot of vendors are aware of this one, but doesn't seem like Webroot is, but Vipre is. Okay guys, so yeah, I'm not going to bore you guys with all my chatting away. I'm just going to open and launch whatever is opening up. You guys know by now what I do. I'm going to keep an eye on it, but yeah, as we can see, that should just be one, but yeah, it seems like we've got 3 threads running on the Webroot machine. Doesn't seem like we've got anything yet for Vipre, so yeah, okay, cool. I'll let you guys know if there's anything weird or funky, but for now I'm just going to tend to the malware. Okay guys, so just an update for me. The test is over for Webroot. As you guys can see, we do unfortunately have ransomware infection. I'll upload the sample so that we can see then what type of variant it is, so we'll look at it once Vipre is done, but I think this might be the ransomware that's running, one of these two, because we do have high CPU on this one. If we go to disk usage, seems to be system, but it could be integrated with that. But if you look at CPU, so I think this might be our ransomware that's running. Let's quickly have a look. And on the Vipre machine, it also wants to reboot to remove infections, but it seems to be in a good shape. We can see that we do have one that's a low count, so we've got another one that's running. So by the looks of it, we've got only 2 threads running, so that's not bad. But yeah, I'm going to reboot Vipre only once the test is done with Webroot. I can see that the machine is definitely slowing down, so I'm just going to close my script. We don't need that anymore. Okay, as you guys can see, there's the Komodo. Seems like all my third-party opinion scanners are getting encrypted. So it seems like we do have the MSI, so it could be the fake MSI ASRock. So those are motherboards. So yeah, we've got quite a lot of stuff running here. Okay, but yeah, as you guys can see, test is over for Webroot. I'm just gonna wait till it responds a bit so I can upload the samples, and then once Vipre is done, we'll look at the final results. Okie dokie, so the malware execution is done on the Vipre machine, so I do still have a couple of things open here. So let's just quickly close them. Okay, I'm just going to type in a couple of things there. Okay, that doesn't want to close. Okay, so we have a couple of things still open, but not bad at all. Okay, so let's say quit. Okay, it seems like we have 3 problems. Okay, so then it seems like we've got 3 issues, so that's actually really good. So let's quickly have a look at them. So these are the ones that are still running. Okay, while we wait for the virus turtle, let's quickly see if there's anything installed. Okay, so it seems like we've got this one program here that's installed, QBitTorrent installed, Roblox installed, and yeah, that's about it. So not that many programs actually installed. Let's quickly have a look at our users. Only one user is running. Startup items. Let's quickly see. Okay, so it seems like we've got this proxy switcher, which is still there. Registry cleaner. I want to see what this is. Okay, just still waiting. Okay, so update the local Viper setup. Okay, cool. So it seems like it's got something to do with Viper. But yeah, okay, cool. So that's actually not bad at all. So according to this, it's adware or a Trojan. Microsoft is rating it as a Trojan. Okay, the other ones didn't open up. Let's look at them. Okay, so let's quickly look on the Webroot while we wait for VirusTotal. Okay, this one seems to be unknown. Let's see if we submit it. But otherwise, doesn't seem like there's anything else running. Okay, scanning the file, so we'll see what that Java file is. Okay, so this looks like a spy or Trojan. Kaspersky is rating it as a stealer. And this one's also a Trojan. So Webroot is rating this as malware, generic malware, Trojan, McAfee. Okay, so that could be a fairly new sample. Okay, so it's still scanning the file, but I'm not going to worry about that too much. Okay, so these ones, they can't seem to close on their own. Okay, so I think that's not bad results, but obviously we will need to just scan them and see what it is. So this file is not a malware, this is a database update from Viper. Way in the beginning I had an issue where it wasn't updating the signatures, so I just did a manual update, and from there on I did a normal update, and then it actually went through. So I'm just going to delete that file. And okay, cool. So I think I'm gonna reboot these machines. Still scanning the file, so I'm not gonna worry about that. Let's see, startup items. Okay, so we have a startup item here, seems to be broken. Let's look at this one. Okay, so we do have some maybe persistent fileless malware. That's going to use those two. And then, yeah, it's only those three programs. Users, so now we're going to there's one user running. Okay, let's see if anything installed. Okay, it doesn't seem like anything installed. Okay, so I'm gonna quickly restart these two machines so that I can update them and start the full scans. And welcome back, everyone. I left these two machines to scan for a very long time. Webroot is finally done with the scan, because normally Webroot, if you do like a scan, it does scan pretty quick, but I know it doesn't scan everywhere. So I did a full scan on the C drive. I have a unique problem with Viper. So anything that we are trying to launch, we are obviously getting this Windows security notification. I know you can change this, but I can't access the internet security options anywhere. So it doesn't matter if I try to do it via Edge or Internet Explorer or via the control panel, I literally can't get anywhere. So even if control panel, even if you want to do it via programs we add under apps, so it's kind of locked me out of opening anything. So anything like Norton, even Viper itself, if you want to open Viper, we can't open the exe. So even if we want to add it via apps, I can't get that setting disabled, because I know you can enable that setting to allow untrusted apps and things to launch, but I literally can't get it to open up. So yeah, we kind of pretty much locked out here. The scan is still running, and it's been running for ages, so I don't know if it's actually scanning or if it's stuck. I have absolutely no idea what it is actually doing. But yeah, so there seems to be some weird issue with the malware, so definitely there's been some tampering. So it doesn't matter what you want to open up, we get this message for everything, even if you open up Edge. But somehow if you do this, then actually Edge open up. But yeah, I'm not going to troubleshoot it any further. So I think the test is basically done for Vipre, which is kind of sad, because it was actually doing really well. We only had about 3, I would say, malware running, but there's definitely been tampered with this machine. So I won't be able to do any third-party opinion scanners. As you can see, nothing wants to open. So that's really sad. With Webroot, we obviously have these couple of threads, so I'm just going to quickly do a thread removal. So this was the context menu scan on the C drive. Let me close this one. Okay, so it's basically removing the threads. I'll just do a scan with malware bytes, and I think that's going to be the end of the test, because Vipre is pretty much kind of useless now. So yeah, that's pretty sad to see. So yeah, let me just quickly quarantine these threads, see if they actually are going to quarantine, and then we'll do a scan with malware bytes, and then we'll look at the final results. Okay guys, so let's quickly wrap this test up. As you guys can see, I'm still unable to open up anything on the Vipre machine, and on the Webroot it literally removed 1 thread since the last time I checked. So yeah, it's definitely stuck. And then I tried to do a normal scan, but it's still stuck on scanning for rootkits, so we are literally not getting anywhere. So I'm gonna end this test, and I'm unable to open up malware bytes. Hitman Pro also don't want to open. Let's quickly see if it opens up, but I think this test is over. Now we do obviously have a couple of startup items here. That one seems to be broken, this one still seems to be intact. So yeah, so we've got a couple of startup items. Okay, so yeah, let's quickly just recap. Vipre did really well. Unfortunately, there's definitely been tampered with the system, which is really sad. It did really well, but yeah, this machine is utterly useless now. We can't open up anything. Doesn't matter if I open it up in normal view, it does exactly the same. Hitman Pro eventually opened up, but yeah, I'm not gonna do a scan now. Malware bytes is not starting. So yeah, obviously not good results from Webroot, which is sad. I do like the interface of Webroot. It's very light on system resources, but that's the only positive thing I can actually say about Webroot. It has failed in every single test that I've done. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this test. It was quite interesting to see. This is a first where I would say Vipre has failed as well. Although we do not have malware infection, there's definitely, the system is not healthy. It is utterly useless. You can't open up anything, so you'll need to troubleshoot, investigate, see what you can do, try to fix the machine. But yeah, so I would have hoped for better results from Vipre. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about the test. I think it was interesting to put these two side by side, and yeah, we'll be working on the other tests. As soon as they are ready, we'll start them, and then we'll start the uploads. And again, thank you guys for watching. Thanks again for all the support and the likes. Without you guys, there is no channel. So I'd just like to thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the support, and yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next test.